For today's look, I wanted to do something getting us ready for fall, and what better color to work with than olive. So let's go ahead and jump into the tutorial. So to start out, I've already applied my foundation. I used my NARS Sheer Glow and I added 2 drops of the Moonstone Custom Cover Drops. And now I am just going to go ahead and prime my lids with my concealer. Seriously, my favorite way to prime the lids ever. And I'm just blending that out with my damp sponge. And then I'm going to be setting that with just my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, so all the shadows that we apply will blend out really easily. For the shadows, all of them that I'm using are from the Laura Lee and Violet Voss palette, and I'm using all new Morphe brushes as well. So I'm using an E22, it's a big fluffy brush in the shade Britches, and this is my favorite shade out of this palette as a transition shade. So I'm just applying that all throughout my crease. Next, I'm mixing the shades Alabama and Wiskers and using an E17. It's just a little bit more precise, and I'm going to really define the crease. And you can see I'm taking this all the way from outer corner to inner corner. I'm not really defining the outer corner more like I do in a lot of looks. This goes all the way across the lid. Using that same E17 brush, now I'm going into the shade Bubs. It's a really beautiful, deep, dark chocolate brown shade. And you can see here, I'm first applying this to the outer corner and applying that to the outer part of the lid, also along the lash line. And then I'm taking whatever's left on my brush and going all the way across the crease. Now I'm just blending out any harsh edges that I might have before I go in with the lid shade, and I'm using the shade Smashlee. This was literally one of the first shades that popped out to me whenever I got the palette, and I've just been dying to use it ever since. So I'm using a big flat shader brush from Morphe, and I did spritz it with a little bit of Fix Plus, and I am patting that all over the lid. And then you can see I'm kind of rubbing it sideways once I get up to the crease. Now I'm just going in with my NYC Liquid Liner, and I haven't used this in a hot minute, but it's just as good as it ever was. I'm just creating a wing here, and then I'm going to go in with my Benefit Rollerlash Mascara. I will go and try different mascaras, but I always come back to this one. It is just my hands down favorite. And then for false lashes, I'm going to be using these by Lilly Lashes. They're called Caviar. They look so intimidating in the box, but they are stunning on. And now I'm going in with this Tarte liner. This is a dual-ended liner, and I love the kohl that's in there. It just glides on your waterline so effortlessly. And now I'm moving on to the rest of the face. You guys know I'm using my Becca Under Eye brightening corrector, and then this has become my favorite concealer ever. I mean ever. This is a Shape Tape from Tarte. It literally does not crease. It is the only concealer I've ever tried that does not crease at all. So I'm using the shade Light and just using that under my eyes and then to highlight the center of my face. And of course, I'm blending that out with a damp sponge because that is the only way I will blend out concealer. And I am, of course, setting that with the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. But for the rest of my face, I'm using the Tarte Confidence powder. I have been so obsessed with this. It doesn't leave your skin looking powdery at all. It makes it look so flawless, but still luminous, which is so amazing. So I'm going back to the eyes now, and I'm using the Mr. Bing liner for my waterline, also from Kathleen. And then I'm going back in with the shade Bubs and an E43. It's just a flat definer brush. And I'm going to buff that all the way from outer corner to inner corner, making sure that I connect that to the wing that we have. And now to buff that out even further, I'm taking Wiskers and Alabama on a pencil brush. This one is from Dose of Colors, and I'm really going to drag this down pretty far. You can bring this down as far as you're comfortable with. I wanted this to be pretty smoky, so I am bringing it down pretty far and also bringing that to that outer corner as well. And now I just took a little bit more of that olive green shade, and I am pressing that right along the lower lash line just to tie everything together. And the last step for the eyes is to take the shade Sugah on a G12 from Morphe and highlight the inner corner and along my brow bone. And now let's give my face some life because I am looking so pale. I am using my E53 brush and my Cabo bronzer from Girlactik and just giving myself a nice bronze. And of course I am taking this down along my jawline and my neck as well, just to give everything some color. Now taking an R14 brush, this one has not launched yet, but it will be this week. I am using that with my Tarte contour palette and I am just going along my cheekbones. I really love the shape of this brush. It's nice and small, but it's not too flat, so it's not going to give you such a harsh contour. So I did that along my cheekbones, also around my chin, and then I contoured my nose. And now I'm just going in with a little bit of blush, and I'm applying this with the E4 brush, my favorite blush brush ever. And for my highlight, I pulled this out because I feel like I haven't used it in forever, but this is hands down one of my favorite highlighters. This is Hourglass's Luminous Light. It is so beautiful, and I'm also using another brush from that collection. It's the R36 brush, so I applied that to the highest points of my cheeks, my chin, my nose, and my cupid's bow. And now I'm going in to finish the lips, and I am using Gerard Cosmetics lip liner in the shade Nude. It's really subtle, and then I'm going in with Alyssa from Colourpop and Kathleen. This is the first time using the satin lips, and I am officially sold, and this color is stunning. So once you get your lip on, your look is complete. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!